No, I stand with the quality of my work. Don't get me wrong, but because it was the first time I had like hardware under NDA, I really wanted to have the video the same date as everyone. Now that was interesting. Intel were clearly not lying when in the email they sent me the email to let me know about the processor, and this they were like, we have a very limited number of kit for Canada, and I was like, okay, well, sure, I'll take one. I wanted to take one anyway because I had the 250, the 265K. First thing first, 5070 Ti is back, so the motherboard issue didn't really kill it. So I don't know yet. I'm gonna run for Mark for an hour or two on it, and we'll see it. But I wanted to make sure, like, at least to update, saying, okay, well, a lot of things went wrong, but this $1,000 graphic card is still alive. After they're publishing the video, I basically took the card and plugged it back just to see, and it got detected, but then disappeared. Then got detected. I was able to re-put the firmware on it, and now it's detected, and I game on Cyberpunk. It was fine. I just don't know if it's the motherboard issue I'm still having that are causing all of this, or the card has also an issue by itself. But at the price of GPU, yeah. Anyways, that was step one, but Intel, you didn't kill this one, so I appreciate it. Now I'm got a little stressed because I was like, Intel gave us way enough time to like, do the test progressively. And also, like I said, I have a day job, so it's not exactly like, yes, I'm working from home, so not commuting like give me time to work on this channel, but it's still kind of annoying. So the Sunday after testing and everything, contacted MSI, support was super helpful, gave me different way to test things, explaining things about the motherboard. I used the regular RMA, not because we had like a press list with contacts with all the brands and for memory and motherboard and cooler and who to contact. Very useful information to have, but I was like, I'm gonna need to RMA it. I'm not gonna try to explain to someone in another country why it's not working. I was honest though, like, and I played at the card and saying I'm testing the 250K and the 270K, not because I was trying to say, look, I'm important, please help me, but more about like, yeah, if you want to know why it could be problem, well, it's very unreleased hardware right now. So, but I think like repairing motherboard is kind of like, maybe it's happened and they have very specialized like place to do it, but I don't know how often we're doing it in North America, because I feel that it's like, okay, yeah, it died, it doesn't post, and explain my problem like before for Asus, and couple page of explanation, and it's like I see the tech 1-2 lines of the tech because they give you that information. It's like, yeah, it doesn't post, approve, and I was like, okay, whatever, great. So anyways, like I went Sunday afternoon to like they accepted the RMA on Saturday, went Sunday afternoon, and then tried to send the box with Canada Post, and Canada Post had a system-wide outage that was insane. So I talked to people there, and I was like, "Oh, I'll go take a coffee. I'll leave the box there and come back in an hour." And came back an hour later, and they were like, "Yeah, we're still all contacting. Like, we have a helpline for the tech support at Canada Post, but they're like, we've been trying to call everyone. Everyone's calling because no Canada Post were working." And I was like, okay. So I took the box back and like sent it Monday afternoon. And then like, you can track your MMA, but like they receive it on Tuesday. And by Thursday afternoon, I had a new motherboard in my hand. Now I live really close to the MMA center that if I had a car and motivation, I could actually like drive there. But I pay for like Express Post because I was like, I really wanted to have the video at the same time that everyone, because this channel not necessarily create a lot of views. So I was like, is having an exclusive product actually someone interested to watch it? So I think it was a good experience for that. But then like Friday night, I built a computer until 2 a.m. No, 3 a.m. then and started testing. Test Saturday, I slept in the morning, and then test Saturday all afternoon, all evening, until the beginning of the night. Wake up Saturday, Sunday morning with a fever. Could not video editing, so missed the deadline anyways. And Monday I was still feverish and working, so I took a sick day and slept a good part of the day, and then edit my video. So, so I got it Monday night. When at Monday at like 9 a.m. Easter was the deadline. Well, the official time when you could release your video. After that, Intel was like, "This is fine." After that time, so I got it in the same day. I'm happy with my conclusion because you're questioning yourself when you don't like you're a smaller YouTuber, and I'm like, I don't have all the processors, so I need to look at this product. Does it make sense in my experience? And this is why I did it with a build with Be Quiet here, because I was like, well, it's gonna be a build video, so if you like build video, watch it. But it's a build video with a new processor, so it's interesting, and it's hardware I didn't test, so I'm sure I'll have issues with it. Not that the hardware is bad, I just don't know it. So it was super interesting. Published a video, but basically, I basically just test one day when we're supposed to have 10. So, and it was like, it was really like, okay, the 250K works. It's in the PC. I have all those memory problems, and I'm like, what the hell? And then it's like, so when I finished the video, I was like, okay, this is good. But now, like, we test my hardware, we put my CPU. I brought today the CPU back at Intel because they were like, yeah, we have a couple reviewer waiting to get one. I was like, you know what? I have so many events this weekend, so I'm like, I knew I wouldn't have time this weekend to work on the video more and more. But I talked to, and two things happened after I published the video yesterday. I talked to the contact I had for MSI and the one from G.Skill. MSI took the lead. It's their motherboard. And they answered me really fast, and they wanted to know all the detail about my motherboard, when it been produced, the serial. I kept a picture of those, so I sent it to them. I will try reverting to the BIOS, the January BIOS, no, the December BIOS that was working. See if I can get my memory back at a 6000 CL30. But this is fine because 6000 versus 56,000. I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna play my game and enjoy them and get back to Bayside because. But anyway, I dropped it to Intel, but like I think they recognized that was not an optimal normal review process. So they were like, "Oh, we would really love if you could bring by next week, anytime next week, the CPU, so we can send it to another reviewer." And I feel as really small reviewers, it's like the fastest you can get it, the closest to launch, it's maybe the better. So I was like, well, I'm gonna be close to your office anyways, so so I drop it today. But what they said to me is like, when the motherboard stuff is sorted out, recontact us and we'll let you borrow like the processor if you want to do a full updated review. Because but they were like, oh, okay, don't worry about it. Like I mean, I respected what I wanted to do. The video is out. It's a very good, they're both very good processor, and especially the 270K. So I think that like it was a very good learning experience. Okay, so second thing I wanted to talk, because I didn't have the information on the review, is the pricing in Canada. First, the bad news. Intel and AMD are thinking that the price for April and May is going to rise by 10 to 15% for CPU. Now, when I saw the news, my first reaction was like, oh my god, did Intel fumble the ball? Like, they have their best CPU for consumer in years, and just this happened? But then I realized that like it's a no-win situation, like it's a management decision that's make the marketing department have to reshuffle their plan at last minute. Like, trust me, those products take years to plan. You don't want to send like an incorrect PDF to all the press around the world with the incorrect pricing like the market is volatile. We all know that with the RAM apocalypse, but yeah, honestly, like I feel bad for the people working in those companies that are not management and they're like have weekly to scramble because the situation is getting worse and worse. Now, the main issue with this is the value proposition, like throw everyone of the because your conclusion are based on that. Like, because I'm not like one of the main channel, I'm not too worried about it. But like when you do a graph calculating the value by performance, you're like, okay, that's the $400 Canadian CPU. Now it's a $500 Canadian CPU. Like it's almost X3D price now. Like when I did the conversion, when they said to 199 for the 270K plus USD, I was like, okay, four Canadian with the exchange rate. So I was like, okay, maybe 410. While the 265K launch at like 550 Canadian. So I was like, you're getting more for $150 less. So that looked like it's a real winner, and the CPU still is. But Newegg put the CPU at $500 for the 270K plus, and it's the third price change today. So I'm not really sure what's happening with the stock. Canada Computer clearly have no stock yet, so they did not have their initial shipment. But all the price for hardware changed on Friday for Canada. So I'm gonna try to keep up to date just to see where it lands. But I'm sure like AMD and Intel are scrambling like to like correct their plan because they announced a price and now by the time the product launch, which is a very narrow window, things are changed and it's for the worst. I feel like the channel's in a good place. Like it's not it does have costs for trips and things, but I feel that like with the network of contact that I slowly have built, it's kind of like people are like, oh no, we can let you have a product. Like you seem I'm getting more and more email about like thing that I'm like, really? Like, is that a scam? Or like that seemed expensive to send me, but whatever. So I try to be careful, but it's like I'm getting more and more email about that, so it's getting fun. So talk to you the next one.